Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to play Steel Legion, give you some tips and guide. This is a 1v1 video with the same guy, uh, Tyler. He gave me a really good fight, so I'm going to use this one as a guide. And Tyler's playing Imperial Guard, so it's a really interesting matchup. With Steel Legion, there's only a couple of build orders you can pick from, and I find Steel Legion pretty simple to learn and pretty easy to play. For the most part, I find Steel Legion a very aggressive race. If you want to win with Steel Legion, you have to be pretty aggressive with them. With Death Guard is a very flexible race, and you can use them as like a support, or their vehicles are really good, and there's a lot of play styles with Death Guard. But with Steel Legion, I find they really only have one or two play styles, and they only have like one or two build orders. So I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to show you how I played Steel Legion. This is like a tips and tricks kind of video. And what I do in this one is what I do with Steel Legion every time. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So your builders cap your listening points, and your builders are extremely important. I would go as far as say your builders are more important than your squad. So you really want to keep these guys alive. And I'm going for infantry doctrine because I just enjoy infantry doctrine more. If you want to do mechanized doctrine, that's fine.
To build is to conquer.
So I bought all my builders and 2 squads, and I'm still floating pretty hard. So I'm going to use this float to mostly for economy. With Steel Legion, you're pretty much guaranteed good economy because of this float. That's really the only thing you can buy is economy. So you'll see my economy skyrocket pretty early in the game.
Ready for construction.
Here I'm building the upgrades building. So all my upgrades are in here, and the upgrades are dirt cheap. They're very affordable. Right now I'm scouting the map, trying to get my points. Nothing too crazy here. I cap these first, and then I build my relay station for economy purposes. And then I go ahead and buy the infiltration upgrade because it's really cheap and it protects my builders. It also allows my builders to go around the map infiltrated, which helps out a lot. So you'll see some builder shenanigans. One thing about Steel Legion though is they can't repair their stuff until they get the Trojan. So that's something to keep in mind. So I can't repair any of these buildings. So that's just so I'm doing a 2 generator opening. I had a lot of float. You could also do 3 squads if you want. And another thing you can do is build the ammunition bunker right here. But I usually skip the ammunition bunker because I just don't think it's that great. But I do think Steel Legion is mostly aggressive race. It has a really good early game and a really good mid game. But the late game is kind of lacking. Here's some early aggression here. These are conscripts, so they died pretty quick. And here's just some early Just some early aggression. Nothing too fancy here. Here I go into a close range stance because I wasn't sure whose long range was better. So I just played it safe, and see, they have 1,000 health, and my guys have 480. So guard should win this fight. There's another squad here. Yeah, so it looks like guard. It looks like guard pretty much always wins that fight. So I did lose the middle, but because my guys are infiltrated, I can do stuff like this and cap the point underneath his nose, which is pretty useful. He does have the scan. He has tactical control, so he could scan this. And here's two guys taking out a squad. If you play your cards right, you can get these two guys that take out an entire squad for you. That's just me getting lucky. He will scan this here in a second.
Another step closer to the victory.
And this is Steel Legion's strength. Steel Legion's strength is to be annoying. And I build these mines. I don't know if you saw it, but I built these. They're only 10 points. I built these 10-point mines to hurt the squad over here. I think it was 5 guys, and now it's down to 2. So I use those 10-point mines to get some aggression going. And really, those 10-point mines only work on weak units. It does nothing against like Space Marines and stuff. So it's really up to you if you want to use them on stronger units. See, I build another mine. They only take like 5 seconds to build. So, and they're 10 points each. If you build enough mines, you can take out most level 1 units. And I could garrison in here, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you garrison it shoots. So I don't think it does. I don't think they have that shooting mechanic. They do have that garrison mechanic, but not the shoot out of it. And he does scan. He does notice my builder. I reinforce my builder here so he doesn't die to the tech priest. And I'm not sure why his tech priest is over here. I think that's a misclick from him. One piece of advice I would give Tyler is he had 1 builder most of the game, and you really need 2. You can go the whole game. You can go the whole game with 2 tech priests. But yeah, you just really need 2 builders. That's my advice to him. I think if he had 2 builders, he would have won. He would have won this game. So he does take out this building, but it does buy me a lot of time. Which, that's what I needed. I needed to buy time. And what I'm doing here, going around the map, basically avoiding. I'm basically avoiding his army. And going around the map like this is how I play Steel Legion. This is what I do on every map. And with Steel Legion, you really just want to annoy your opponent. And also, the way I play Steel Legion is also the way I play Tau. With Tau, you really want to jump around the map and annoy your enemy. So this is what I'm doing now, is just annoying him. I know I'm picking fights that I can't win. So I'm just annoying him. And this is the ammunition bunker here. Looks like I'm level 2 at 6 minutes. And as soon as I'm level 2, I can go ahead and buy a vehicle. Because I figured a 6-minute vehicle is pretty good. And I got... pretty soon here, I'm going to bump up my economy by quite a bit. And I did buy the grenade upgrade. The grenade upgrade was 25 points. I know with the Death Guard video I said I only buy half the upgrades, but with Steel Legion you can get away with buying all of them. Really, with Steel Legion, I do buy everything except the commanders. I don't think the commanders are worth it.
Send reinforcements.
Yeah, with Steel Legion I buy everything but the commanders.
Chimera, when they absolutely have to get there.
So he's got his commander going. I have no real way of stopping it. He's also got a detector. So this command squad right here just shuts down my whole army basically. Unless I focus everything into infantry, there's no real way for me to deal with this. First vehicle of the game. This is the transport vehicle. This is a transport vehicle that has the ability to be a shop. It's a walking shop. So you can buy a squad out of this, which is pretty strong. So really what you could do, if you want it, really what you can do with the Armor Fist is you can put 2 squads in here and use this shop ability to have 3 squads. Plus you have the Chimera, right? So really this is a Chimera and 3 squads if you wanted to. I think it also has a smoke ability. The smoke ability allows you to protect your units. Oh, he also has heroes on, which I don't think made a big difference. These guardsmen specialists, they do a number on my vehicles, so you gotta watch out for that in this, especially in this matchup. Even with my 2 very early vehicles, they don't do too well against that.
HQ, we are under fire.
And here I am just trying to
They absolutely have to
just I got this side of the map covered, and I got the middle side of the map covered. I do think my army is weaker, but by attacking this side and the west side, or the west side. By attacking the west side, I can apply a lot of pressure to him.
Location secure. Should we begin fortification?
But yeah, I do have a weaker army than him. But by having this map control, it gives me a lot of it forces him to fight me when he doesn't want to fight me. He wants to capture his relic, you know. But with me being in his face, capturing his relic is pretty risky right now. And that's really the Steel Legion playstyle, I think.
New staging ground.
And now I have my level 2 building. And this building here is kind of useless until level 3. Because the Dunderer, right now I can buy the Dunderer, but the Dunderer is awful. It's really only good for stunning. Dunderer has a really good stun, but if you don't have a fighting force with the Dunderer, it's not very good. The Dunderer is not very good. So yeah, I lose a good chunk of my army. So this is 2 squads. This is 2 squads and 2 vehicles losing, or no, 3 squads. This is 3 squads and 2 vehicles losing to 2 squads and a commander. Here I'd lay down these turrets. If I would have used my builders, it would take forever. So I'm just using builders to pass up the time. And if I did upgrade these turrets, they would have like one-shotted that listening post. Here I do something fancy. I click on this turret and I tell it to shoot these squad here instead of shooting this commander. So I do tell this turret to switch targets Normally the commander tanks the damage, but I do tell it to switch targets here.
HQ, we are under fire.
He does manage to destroy it.
First,
See, my economy went up by quite a bit. I got the slag depot too. It's pretty easy to get slag depot with infiltrated builders. So you'll get the slag depot most of the time with Steel Legion. You really don't have to worry about power with them. You should have plenty of power. Here I deep strike this unit here. Do some damage. They don't have anti-infantry guns right now. So I deep strike the squad and I use this vehicle to tank the damage. And it looks like no, it's a vehicle cap increase. I thought that was a level 3 upgrade. But yeah, he was able to take out my army with 2 squads. So my army's running away from him. Oh, now I'm level 3. In the level 3 building, I have access to a Basilisk. And I do think the Steel Legion Basilisk is one of the best vehicles in the game. And that's saying a lot because there's like a million vehicles in the game right now. So I do think the Steel Legion Basilisk is an auto buy. The other vehicles are debatable, I think. Here I get the Colonel. He's really cheap. He's a 100-point unit. So that's why I got the Colonel there. I really only buy him the tank damage. And his plasma pistol is pretty useful.
shall I pray for your soul?
I got
Shall I pray for
Uriah Jacobs's.
the Emperor's light?
I got Uriah. His special ability is he doesn't take damage for like 5 seconds. And I use that special ability for really aggressive plays. He's an extremely tanky unit, which makes all-out attacks very useful. And I go ahead and buy like all the upgrades. So I go ahead and get all the upgrades for my units. And here I think I'm just buying more cap. So I'm getting my cap higher. And here I get a heavy bolter support squad. So here I am capping his relic right in front of him. And I build this turret as a runaway option. Now here he goes and gets this slag depot. And his army was pretty scary. And because I capped this, I could see his army on my map. So I knew where he was. And because he went mostly soldiers, I went ahead and got the anti-soldier vehicle, which is a Basilisk. So I got the Basilisk,
We are under fire.
2 squads of grenadiers. I got the Basilisk, 2 squads of grenadiers, and anti-infantry or anti-vehicle squad.
Area ready for construction.
And I got this heavy bolter team. I got 2 commanders. So that's my army right now. I also have a turret upgraded to a laser. So I'm going to upgrade all these to lasers. And Steel Legion doesn't really have much going for anti-vehicle. Really, your only choice of anti-vehicle is the Stormtrooper. Once you get them melta-guns, you really need to get them melta-guns to make them anti-vehicle. And so I'm upgrading all these turrets in case he does some sort of vehicle like bum rush or something. And here I'm getting a commander tank. The commander tank is really useful. It's a scout. And it also detects, which is really nice.
Salamander, high speed.
Here's the commander tank. You can also transport your commanders in here, which I pretty much never do. So right now this is my vision, and I'm going to activate the sonar ability. Alright, not sure if I activate it or not. But if you activate the sonar ability, it gives you massive vision, which is very useful. I do think the Salamander Scout Tank is an auto-buy. I do think these two vehicles are an auto-buy. And this is really your only source of anti-vehicle. So I do think this is an auto-buy too. You need to buy these every game. Oh, see? So my vision was here. This was my vision. And then when I activated this ability, it went from here. My vision was here. And now it's over here, which is a pretty big boost. So it went from here to here. This is my vision now. And everything in this area I can detect, which is really nice. And this is something I do every match at Steel Legion.
Taking fire.
And this is why the Basilisk is really good. You'll see here in a second. And these upgraded turrets are gonna do a number on this Chimera. Well, they're not upgraded right now, but I think I did buy the upgrade. And here's that heavy weapon team right here. I will tell you now, the heavy weapon team is pretty bad. If you use this guy on Space Marines, I do have a Steel Legion versus Space Marine video, and in that video, this heavy weapon team did like 0 damage to the Space Marine. So I do think this unit here needs a buff, because it did 0 damage to Space Marines. I'm okay with this unit losing to Space Marine, but I feel like it should get at least 1 kill. And here I try to take out this building. I don't have great range, so I decided not to take out this turret. I was scared of this turret here because I can't outrange it. I'm pretty sure I can't outrange the turret. So I run away from I go ahead and run away from this. And he's got a sentinel here, which was smart. And he uses a sentinel to take out my buildings on this east side. All his east side buildings will get taken down by the sentinel, which is pretty smart. And here I got my scout tank here to give me vision, so I can see him and he can't see me, which is really strong. This is basically a Pathfinder, if you guys are familiar with Pathfinders.
Absolutely have to get there.
And here I'm floating a lot, so here I'm just trying to end the game really. I'm level 4 at 17 minutes, and I'm just trying to end the game. And here at this point, Steel Legion's end game is spam chimeras. These chimeras do well against everything. So really Steel Legion's end game is just chimera spam. And I could go for a Lehman Russ, but the match is pretty much over, so it's not a big deal.
Stormtroopers, where do you need us?
So yeah, I pretty much built this building only for the Basilisk and to go level 3, and that's pretty much it. And here I am building another HQ at 18 minutes, and this is what I mean in that 3v3 video where I said this guy should have 2 HQs by now. Because of Steel Legion, it's really easy to have 2 HQs. It's really easy to have a really high economy with Steel Legion. And even with the really high economy, I do think Steel Legion's endgame isn't the best. So even with this really high economy, you can still lose. Like, I lost in survival a lot with Steel Legion. So that's something to know, is their endgame is not the best. So here I have my level 4 vehicle, and he ends up getting it into the red. So even with this level 4 vehicle, it's not a guaranteed, it's not a guaranteed win. And there is something you can do. Steel Legion has repair. Steel Legion has repair vehicles, and something you can do is constantly repair your vehicle while it's in a fight. So that's something you can do too. Basically, if you're playing Steel Legion, you really want a vehicle spam, and if your opponent doesn't have anti-vehicle, you usually win. But if they do have anti-vehicle, there's not a lot you can do to stop that. The commanders aren't that great, and yeah, if they have anti-vehicle, there's not a lot you can do. So here's a level 4 fight, and I think he's almost level 3. So he's gonna be level 3 here soon. I still think even with the storm sword, his army is still stronger than mine. He has this defensive setup. So even with the storm blade, I think I'm still gonna lose this fight. I do have my upgraded stormtroopers, but they don't have the commissar equipped to them, and they don't have the hell gun yet, or the melta gun, melta rifle. They don't have the melta rifle yet, so they gotta wait a bit before they get the melta rifle. And at this point, when I'm floating, you can see how high my economy is, and this Imperial Guard player has half that economy, so I have twice the economy as him, and he still manages to get my stuff in the red. But yeah, if this commander scout tank, I can see him and he can't see me, which is pretty strong. But if he does leave his base, he can kill it. And the range on this storm sword is pretty good. As you can see, the range is like up to there, which is pretty good. And here I'm using Araya as as a shield. Pretty soon I buy Yurick, and Yurick is he's strong enough to kill commanders and even Terminators. So Yurick is like your level 3 unit killer and commander killer. He's also strong enough to kill basic vehicles. So Yurick is really good against a lot of things. I do think Yurick is better at close range than in a squad. So I do think you should put Yurick in a squad. Or you should make Yurick go around and punch stuff instead of putting him in a squad. And that is one thing I forgot to do. One thing I forgot to do was buy commissars. The Steel Legion commissars are actually not bad. And see, my storm sword is in the red. His Valkyrie put a number on it. And really, I could repair it using Trojans. And that's pretty much the end of the game. This is pretty much what I do with Steel Legion every time. Doesn't matter what map it is, doesn't matter what game mode it is, doesn't matter like anything. This is pretty much what I do with Steel Legion every single time. I do think everything I did was an auto buy, but there is enough space there is enough space here to buy other units. So if you want to buy other units, you can. If you want to buy more heavy weapon teams or anything like that.
Our purpose is renewed.
There is room to experiment, I would say. But yeah, the commander is not that great. It died to LP3. So yeah, and my level 4 vehicle is in the red. So not the best. I don't think this is the best level 4 in the game. This definitely is not the best level 4. Steel Legion's level 4 is not the best. Even if I had those Lehman Russes, I don't think it would change much. But yeah, one thing I used to buy all the time is a Dunderer. But I realized the Dunderer's damage is basically 0. So I stopped buying that. And yeah, I think everything else is pretty much an auto buy. I forgot that when I played this match, I forgot that there is a rocket launcher. There is a rocket launcher upgrade. So I think with the rocket launcher upgrade, these guys here will be a bigger, way bigger threat. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I'm just Chimera spamming. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this. And there is one more thing you can do with Steel Legion. This building here is a really strong turret. And because of your sneaky builders, you could put this big turret somewhere close towards your opponent's base and do that. That is something you can do if you want to do that. It's kind of risky though, so it's up to you. But yeah, hopefully that helped out with your build orders and the playstyle of really the infantry doctrine playstyle. So hopefully that helped you out. I know I didn't play perfectly. I didn't use these guys perfectly or anything like that. But I think I did a pretty good job. I think I did a pretty good job with the Basilisk and the Scout Tank. And I think I did a pretty good job at map control. Your only other real anti-vehicle is a heavy weapon team with the las cannon. So that is another option if you want to do that. But yeah, 20 minutes. Steel Legion is fully maxed out, and you can do this on pretty much any map. So, with any map, you can make these guys maxed out pretty quick. And yeah, I do think Steel Legion, you need to be very aggressive with them. That's pretty much the only way to win with them. And yeah, if you have like 5 or 6 assault variant Chimeras, you can take out a squad of Space Marines. So these assault variant Chimeras are no joke. And yeah, I think that's about it. The other vehicles you can make are so you got, oh, I forgot to make Rough Riders. Rough Riders are pretty bad. The Steel Legion Rough Riders are really, really bad. But I still buy them sometimes for fun. Scout Sentinels are pretty good. The Trojans are pretty good, but they can't attack. I mean, they can attack, but you won't notice it. The Cyclops is like a joke unit at the best. The Cyclops is pretty bad. It's a joke unit. And Lehman Russes are really good. Salamander. All of those are really good. Tank Ace. Destroyer. All really just the Dunder sucks. And Cyclops sucks. And the heavy weapon team sucks. And the Rough Rider sucks. And the commanders. The commanders suck. But you know, there is room for experiment if you can find ways to do well with them, you can. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Hopefully that helped you out in some way. And thanks for Tyler. Thanks Tyler for playing with me. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. I'll show you the end screen for fun. And I guess I will make a Tyranid one. The Tyranid one will be a lot harder because I do think every Tyranid unit is viable. So that Tyranid video is going to be pretty hard to make. Really, with Tyranids, the only thing I can say about them is just buy everything. If you buy everything, you'll be fine. So yeah, I had double the score. About what is that? 5,000. About a 5,000 resource difference. Give or take. Yeah, about 5,000 resource difference. Double the kills. Less deaths. Almost the same amount of buildings lost. So we both lost about the same amount of buildings. And we both had similar army size, which is interesting. Resources. I had 4,000 more rec and about 3,000 more power. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, this has been Scott. Bye.